So I'm going to try to read this as fast as I can. October 29th, it is 11, so I know I am late today, but at least I'm trying to get it done. Okay, October 29th, affirming abundance. Whoever thinks that, in quotes, the she is helping to keep God's work going on this earth cannot help but believe that God will help. And then parentheses, he or her, by Charles Fillmore. Another step towards financial serenity is taking on a silent partner with a vested interest in your prosperity. This is done through tithing, returning a portion of your wealth to the work of spirit. When you tithe, you acknowledge and honor the true source of your supply. Tithing is an ancient spiritual tradition and a universal prosperity law used by the great wealthy civilians. Egyptians, Babylonians, Chinese, Greek, and Romans to ensure abundance. Unless you were raised in a spiritual tradition that honors tithing, such as Judaism or Mormonism, you may be unfamiliar with the practice and uncertain about what it involves. Understanding how tithing works physiologically. Oh, now I can't even say it. Metaphysically. Oh my gosh, I was in my head. Helps skeptics become more open to the ways in which its practice can enrich our lives. Spiritual law, no matter which path, tells us as we give, so shall we receive. We realize that money is a form of energy. Energy does not increase if it's hoarded. Energy must circulate freely for power to be released. When we receive an increase of money in our lives, giving away a portion of that money keeps the channel of abundance circulating freely as spirit intended. On a practical level, tithing allows us to express our thanksgiving with action, returning some of the material good we received in a tangible demonstration of trust. But also, tithing changes our attitudes about money. We become expectant, anticipating the best. We keep our part of the bargain. Now that we are givers, we can ready ourselves to receive. Okay. Tithing will make you more magnetic to money, whether you believe it or not. The mechanics of tithing involve taking 1/10 of all money you receive from earnings, gifts, or interest on saving or investment, and regularly donating it to a church, temple, or other spiritual organization that inspires, uplifts, encourages your personal growth. If organization that inspires, I'm sorry, I didn't read this before, in a personal growth. If there isn't one, the tithe can be given to a nonprofit organization that carries on Spirit's work in the world, caring for those unable to care for themselves, the sick, the hungry, and the homeless. This is how I tithe, but each woman should consult her own heart. My experience with tithing on the simple abundance path has been erotic, but amazing. When I tithe, I experience more financial serenity than when I don't. The money seems to stretch further or my expenses diminish. When I tithe, I'm able to save more with ease and new money-making opportunities arrive, often unsolicited. The floodgates of heaven do shower me with blessings. Although I've not yet reached the point at which I can't find room for more. When I don't tithe, I'm not stuck down, but I do start to worry about money. There seem to be longer stretches between bank deposits and more unexpected expenses, which always ends up costing more than the amount my tithe would have done. So I know it's time to write a check, wait, and watch what happens. Very quickly, the ebb recedes and the flow begins again. Coincidence? ? Some people say if you don't have much money to spare, it's just as good to give your time or goods. It's been my discovery that when I tithe time, I receive more time. When I tithe goods, I receive gifts. If I want more money in my life, I tithe money. When we're in great financial straits, we think we can't afford to try. But when our financial needs are great, can we afford not to try trading? Or we tell ourselves that if we ever go to a point in our life at which money is not an issue, we'll be generous givers. I have no doubt. But money will cease to be an issue only when we relax about it. Affirming our abundance now by becoming generous givers dramatic demonstrates our prosperity to the doubters within. Let that authentic self convince her and watch what happens. So I have not read that one before, but pretty cool. Okay, that was for October 29th for this year. Okay, bye.